Okay, so next morning, I don't have to work today, thank God. Um, I mean, money would have been nice, but oh well. I'll survive. So next up is emptying out this billy to scooch it over. So the idea is to put either that detolf on top of a Besta, a short Besta, or get a tall Besta with some feet on it, and put that there. And then that's all contingent on where the power cord is, or where the plug in the wall is. I know it's down there. I know it's behind that billy for sure. I think it's centered on the wall. So if I move it over just enough, I should be able to find it. But my worry is if it's here, that screws my plans up. Because the whole point is I wanted the plug behind the Besta to run power cord under it to the desk, and then use that as the stanchion to have whatever new display things. It is getting better in my opinion. It's this gap that really kind of fucks it up. So, and yeah, I'm not filling that up with another billy, obviously. I'm just moving this billy over, and I really only want to move it so far. So for a small Besta is 23.5 inches, so just under 2 feet. So that would just scooch this over 2 feet, and then I put the detolf on top of it, and then I figure out what I put in the detolf. Certain special things. I don't know what. But first things first, empty that. Second thing, figure out where the plug is. If it's in a convenient spot, then I move forward. Because one thing that'll be awesome, with the Besta, I can put a door on the bottom section, and then that's where the cord can hide, more or less. Like, I could cut a hole in the backing, have the cord stick inside there, and then go down and under, and so then I'll have my power for my desk. The other thing I'm really considering, so the desk I moved out from the wall just a little bit. I'm really considering turning this sideways, either with all that behind me or with it facing that. I'm not sure which way I'd rather go. But I think for like live streams and stuff, I think it'll look better if I have the desk turned sideways in the room with all of my stuff behind me. The only thing that limits me to is then I won't have the same chair for doing reviews as working at my desk, my proper desk, as it were. There's another thing that I've been thinking about. So that table is big. It's kind of annoying, if I'm honest. So one thing I'm slightly considering, because I wanted to kind of box it in, as it were, maybe I get another desk, a smaller one, that's only like, 2 feet thick or wide, and then like only like a little over 3 feet wide. Shrink it down, so I have my proper desk sideways with the cool shit behind me, and then have the review desk on the other side of it. It would be cool to have the same desk for reviewing as the other thing, but I don't know, because then I have to build out the lighting section, have to have the backdrop, all that stuff. So because if I was gonna originally put it over here in front of the closet, I had to open it up just to make you can see everything is a mess. There's my lights. I wanted to make it self-contained so that it'll be boxed in. I can mount the lights a little bit more permanently so they're not flopping about like they've been doing for years now on the pipe setup. So that's a whole new issue in and of itself. And then from there, I'm not sure what to do. If that makes sense. Because the dining room table that I've been reviewing on forever is great, especially for large things. But it takes up a lot of space. And even if I move it over here, then I'm blocking off these detolfs. So the question is, do I just go ahead and put it middle of the room? Just move it right in the dead center of the room, have it boxed in so I can do my thing. And if I have my desk and then I have my review desk, That's all coming, so to speak, you know. But for now, empty this, which should be kind of easy. I just got to figure out where everything's gonna go temporarily, even if it just goes on the floor over here. Which, by the way, last night I totally like blocked myself in as I was doing this. Oh, the other thing is, if I put the detolf on top, and so I just have the wall behind it, that might look kind of eh. So I think I have my, it's here somewhere. I have the other sheet of black fabric that I did not use for my review set. I could totally pin that to the back of the billies on either side, and I think it's just enough that it would cover behind that. So it'd be a nice blacked out area behind the detolf or whatever, and then I can light it up. And that's assuming I don't go with the Besta. So first things first, empty transformer shelf. Second things first, I don't know from there. We'll see what happens. And what sucks is I don't have a way to have any music or anything because my computer died last night while I was doing all this because I had to unplug it. Oh, the other reason to not necessarily have the desks back to back, I won't have the room for the swing arms to move. So we'll see what happens. I do think this does look good, especially when it's lit up. As for the one in the corner, I don't know. Like I said, either this detolf gets moved and I replace that one, or that billy in that corner goes over here instead of a Besta. We'll see what happens. Because that would look good too. So that way it's like every other big billy is separated by a small billy, and I think that looks good. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Also, mixing in a little bit of glass doesn't hurt. So it's kind of good that I did this because I discovered something. So with my little little Matties here, I forgot that they fell off the shelf a couple months back, and I found both this one and the glow in the dark. The tails broke off. Now they aren't really meant to move; they go in this little spot right here, so it won't be too big a deal to glue it back in. But great, something I just discovered. It's a good thing I just bought super glue. I'm gonna yell from across the room. Okay, so the good thing is with these transformer shelves, it's actually fairly easy to do this. I gotta remember to get everything off the top before I start trying to move the damn thing. Look how dirty this shelf is. And obviously I'm gonna leave these guys hanging here. Oh yeah, that's filthy up there. You know, I had the idea, because I feel like, and it's just the way our AC system works, you know, the main filter is out there, and when it gets nasty, I think it just starts sucking crap past it anyways. So I feel like a lot of the dust that gets out, especially in this room, is coming specifically from that vent. Like things that are along here get dustier than things over there. So part of me wonders if I should just go ahead and like slap a filter over the vent, like just to try to minimize dust. I know a lot of dust comes from you and a lot of things like that, but in this case I believe a lot of the dust that happens, especially in this room because it's small and so contained, is blowing straight out of that vent. So now I need to get everything off the top here so I can get up there and do that and scooch this guy over, and really hoping that the plug is to this half, because if it goes that way 24 inches, it'll give me the room that I need. So regardless, I need a 23.5-inch gap to put a small or large Besta in, and that's either to set the detolf on top of, or get a full-size Besta, which is 70 inches, but I can get like 4-inch feet that'll get it a little bit higher. It won't get it all the way up to here, but a 15-inch Besta, the little guy with the detolf, is like 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch shy of this. And the cool thing with the Besta, it'll add a little bit of depth change too, so it's not just one solid wall. It'll stick out just a little bit more. Okay, let's stick out a bit more. It's 15 3/4 versus 11, you know. So now I gotta clean all those off very carefully. Okay, so I'm hot. I had to turn the fan off because I was getting hit in the head by the by the fan blades. Okay, so good news, bad news. I found the plug. The only thing is that if you can see this line, that's how wide the Besta is. So I've taken off the plate to give myself some more room. Yeah, I know. I don't care. I will get a different extension cord with a flat thingy. I might, well, hell, I can't now. I have to get back there to get that out. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. What annoys me is that the cable connection, which I absolutely don't need, is right there. But this is the distance I need, roughly 23 5/8. I had it wrong. So this is just a hair wide. If I was okay with leaving gaps, then I would just leave it as it is, and then just make sure that everything is tucked away, just sacrifice the extra inch or so. The other thing that sucks is that bracket is kind of stuck. The screw is stripped, so I'm going to have to unscrew that bad boy, probably with a different screw tip. I remember that one being a problem going in. I might have to just get out a pry bar and just fuck it up a little bit. It is what it is. But I'm glad that this is working out. So now that this is almost how I want it, it's very, very close to how I want it. I think what I will do now is go ahead and unbox the Thundercat statues, place them how they're going to be displayed, which is kind of all together, and then measure that base, because that will determine what's going to happen. So in the future, from here, if I don't put the detolf here, if I put the Besta there, which is wider by a lot, a detolf is 15 some odd inches per shelf. If it's wider than that but under the 2 foot, then it's going to go on a Besta. I'm just going to put a tall Besta there with some feet on it. And like I said, have the power cable run underneath it. So that means I need the tall Besta, a shelf, and a door. And I can make that happen, more or less. Possibly even multiple doors. Or doors. but it's something I can do for sure. Damn, it's hot in here. But if for some reason it will fit in a skinny billy, then I might move that skinny billy over here, but then I lose my plug. So forget that I just said that. So the skinny billy looks like it's going to stay in that corner for the time being. The other option is I move it over to here, eliminate the stuff on the wall, push the backlog billy that way, although that will now push it into the door, which is not good. So actually that gives me a few inches. I can move this direction with it, move that this way a little bit. That's the other part. I'm not sure where my backlog is going to end up. So I've got pile of backlog that's obviously not going to fit on the short guy. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do there. Could also grab the extender for make the short guy one more taller so I can fit more backlog, which would be hilarious. But at that point, just buy another billy instead of just adding to the top. But that is a thing I can do. One thing that's kind of cool is I get a little bit of backlight, which is funny. But if I do this, so I like how those are lit up. I might do the same thing with the Besta, grab another one of those lights. The hard part is, one thing I might have to do to light everybody in the future is move it away from the wall just a little bit, which means I have to shift everything over, which sucks. The wires are thin, but getting them to where they need to go. So I would have to run it behind all the shelves, over to there, behind everything. So this big guy right here is actually covering up the power supplies for everything, which is crazy. So that might mean instead I use this plug, and inside the Besta I hide power supplies for the billies over here, and then everything on that side could be powered by the one back there, and then back in that corner I could put another power supply because there's a plug over there. So I could manage all my lighting for my billies behind things for the most part, because that's not against the wall. I need longer brackets though. I need to see if they have longer mounting brackets. By the way, I did make use of the power cord, so now my computer can charge and get some work done. So next up, I'm gonna go in the living room, get set up, and try to film out-the-box reviews of the Thundercats so that I can see how big they are together, and then go from there. At the moment, I'm kind of trapped, feeling a little bit trapped as it is. So remember, all of this was so that I could move my review desk over to this corner. Remember that. I'm still kind of keen. But see, if I do my desk this way, then all I would have to do is basically swivel my chair, and then the review desk is right there. So that might be what happens. I am keen on swapping out the Halo Tolf, and I need to get something to level it now that I've determined it's the floor, not the D-Tolf that's crooked. Because I always sort of thought it was the D-Tolf that was crooked. I'm going to put my Flame Toys kits right here for the time being, so I don't knock them over. Oh, I'm sweating. I had to turn the AC on. But this is a marked improvement in my mind. But I liked the idea of having my desk set up so when I live stream, I have that behind me. I like that. That would look pretty cool instead of just the Gundam wall, as it were, the Tolf wall, which is no longer 100% Tolf. It's now Tolf Billy wall. Come on, Bumblebee, get out of my way. And yeah, everything needs dusting. I need to get a feather duster. They got those little feather dusters. Is that a great look for me? Like this, you know? Okay, so to the living room to unbox some Cats de Thunder. What's thunder in Spanish? I feel like I don't know. So, and I need the measuring tape while I'm at it. Progress. I'm really hoping that I can get everybody settled by the end of the day. The only thing I don't anticipate being able to finish today is the review desk, because I'm going to have to build that up. But if nothing else, one thing I considered was cutting all the sides square and in a little bit, saving some space, and then adding plywood around it. So, to the living room for Patroneer filming. Alright guys, so I filmed the out the box reaction to the Thundercat statues, and they are very cool. However, it did lead me to the conclusion that I do need to get a Vesta. So I'm going to go get a 70-inch Vesta with 4-inch feet. That should get me almost to the height. Or I'm sorry, it's 75-inch Vesta with 4-inch feet that will get me essentially to the height of one of my billies. Yay. I'm going to get a shelf. I'm going to get a door with hinges, so that way I can hide the electrical stuff in there. Hopefully I can manage that. But if I can cut a hole in the backing and then have all that stuff go inside that encased area. Actually, I'm going to get 2 shelves. One to enclose that small area with the door, and then another for the Thundercats to sit on. So they will fit easily in a Vesta with a few inches on either side. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That'll also give me more display. That'll give me more storage. But now I'll have to figure out what to do with the extra detolf, so to speak. Because now I've got a detolf that has nowhere to go. But what I can do, I will be rehoming the Halo Tolf, seeing if Thomas wants it, because he has the more pine-colored ones. And then I'll see where I go from there. But yay for new IKEA stuff. I think I'm probably going to end up spending about 120 bucks. So it is what it is. What up, guys? So back home, I have achieved everything I needed from IKEA. I do need to grab my tools. I did get everything I needed. It was slightly confusing because some things were not exactly where they were supposed to be, but not like to a terrible degree. Okay, so flathead screwdriver, drill. I don't know where my big red knife went, so I might have to go with the small blue knife. Trying to get. So here's the other problem. Once I get this guy done, I have to get everything in here. That's gonna be a problem. Although I probably will get to use my new drill. The other thing is, I've already talked to Thomas. He said he does want the old Halo Tolf as it is. Man, that was pointy. Just scraped my leg. So I'm gonna set it to time lapse the Vesta and go from there. Yay. Update. So I did all the things. It's installed. It's installed wrong, but it works. So You can see a hole up there near the top. It's got a little brackety foot thingy that goes on the back, and you're supposed to drill a screw through that into the wall. But you're supposed to use these guys as anchors on this side. Problem is they never give you a screw for the anchor. They only ever give you screws for other things, and that's incredibly annoying. But one thing is, like, so they give you these guys. So these are more or less meant to screw two of them together. So interesting thing, I could potentially connect one of these guys here. One thing I didn't realize is you can do half shelves. That's interesting. So that might bode interesting for the future. Other thing, so yeah, I busted out the drill with the hole saw, not hole saw, Forstner bit, which is for drilling perfect holes without having a thing that goes all the way through. Okay, and my original idea was cut a hole. I measured where the outlet was, and I was just going to use a power thingy with an angle to get to it. That really didn't work. So what I ended up doing, something really dumb. Yeah. Sorry, I just got a message. So through that hole, I ended up pulling the outlet out and through. So now it's inside. So the extension thingy I just bought for $18 and change, unnecessary. So I think I will return that. So we'll see. But what I need to do now is get the door on, get the shelf in, so that I can get the Thundercats out of the living room before the wifey gets home. Sorry, I got crud in my nose. Progress. Hours later, wifey's home, made dinner, still very sweaty. Ta-da! We have Thundercats in the thing. We have Flame Toys, goodies there. If you open that up, oh god, hole. So I did the thing. So I'm just kind of putting stuff away. I need to level this door. It's really gonna hurt. So I think I've just got the Transformer shelf back in order. Flame Toy stuff up here. All my Maddies, New Age combiners, Planet X Decepticons, Planet X Autobots, Planet X Dinobots. So that's nice and sorted. Oh, one thing I did do, the Besta comes with screws to drive into other Bestas, but instead I drove it into the next door Billy. So nice and stable. That's pretty good. Not that I don't trust the screws up there, but you know, it is what it is. So I think at some point I'll get another shelf, kind of cap this off right about here, and then put something up there. I don't know what. So desk is still a mess. Table over there, big mess. So one thing I need to do, I need to figure out what's going in here, because this is the new one. Over there was Power Rangers, 52 toys, all that kind of stuff. So currently this is like a NECA shelf, mostly Ninja Turtles, but I think I could spread it out so I can do Ninja Turtles, Foot Clan, and then like Back to the Future sort of up there, and then just sort of have all the NECA stuff together, and then maybe I could add some Power Rangers down there, something. Maybe the backlog can go down there because I need to put it somewhere. And then I'm gonna have very large Gundam-y things, and I think those are gonna go over there. And then that whole Billy that's just kind of exiled to the corner right now. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But I think I'm nearly to a stopping point because at the moment I can't do much else. Like I said, I need to figure out this shelf. I think I'm gonna basically take what I've got there and just kind of, you know, raise it up. I think I'll put I'll start like the Ronin Warrior shelf somewhere along there because I'm gonna have more of those. But like I said, I might move, maybe I'll move like Power Ranger stuff. Maybe I'll have like the bad guys over there and I'll have the good guys over here, because like they were just all on one shelf, really super crowded. But that'll give me the ability to like spread it out, MMPR, Zeo, stuff like that. And then I can do 2 whole shelves of 52 toys up there. Move the DBZ figures down and out But now I also have all the room up there, but these are not really attached to anything, so they're just sort of floating. But because I still want to add lights at some point, I will have to move stuff out. It's gonna be a pain. But one cool thing, so with the way I did this, if I want to add lights, like I do want to light this probably next month if I have extra money, I'm going to build the whole lighting setup in the bottom of that and then run the wires up and around the back and then kind of where they need to go. Make my life quite a bit easier. Because I need like an Orfly bar to go across there. That's an oddball size, so I have to figure out what that's going to be. But everything does look good. It's starting to feel a bit more cohesive, especially now that I got all that crap on the shelf. I think I'm going to need a shelf just of like random robot stuff, like this Voltron, this Gundam, Gurren Lagann, that or Greymon. So I'm going to need a spot for those guys somewhere in there. Oh yeah, I still need my Zord shelf, so that's going to have to be somewhere. Maybe it'll still be on that shelf over there where it was. I just gotta swipe it all clean. Tired. Back hurts. And one thing I forgot, I have a whole space down there that I'm not using for anything because now the Ninja Turtles moved over here. So now I need a very short Naruto statue that can go down there. So cool. I have the Sasuke kind of ready to go. Gaara. So maybe Gaara, because he's pretty wide, maybe Gaara can go down there. I'll order him sometime soon. Got this. But ultimately, I need to get to where this tub of stuff, I might just go through it, find stuff I don't even care about, get rid of it. Don't even care. I know there's a ton of stuff in there I absolutely do not care about. So that's what I'm going to do with that, I think. All these random figures like Spawn, Black Knight, stuff like that will probably line the top of that over there. Just trying to brain. And then I still have to empty out, where is it? That detolf. Empty that detolf. Find somewhere to compact those Gundams. Somewhere. You know, pick a shelf that I don't care about anymore. Maybe the SD shelf. Empty out the SD shelf. Gotta be some other ones I just don't care that much about. See, I just did the core Gundam shelf, so I can find stuff. Okay, I just did that one down there, so I can find room. I can find places for things because I'm gonna have to find a spot for the Strike Freedom and the Freedom. And then I've got the Justice and the other Freedom 2.0, so those have to be together in a detolf somewhere. Things and stuff and things. So those are all gonna have to have some fun, or I put them in the corner billy. It's like, go to the corner billy. Or I wonder if the Halo Tolf will just function better as the Halo Billy. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know yet. I don't know, but too tired to brain anymore. I just think that this looks really good. Like, there's a whole bunch of negative space above that, but I can fix that. And of course, flamey toisies. Looks good. So I like how that it juts out, which is scary for this, but I do dig it. Just that looks fantastic. Get a glass door just to cover it all. That'd make it very museum quality. That'd be funny. Oh, yeah. Possibly. So I'm going to end this for today. Thanks.